With us here during the post-game live show presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Head coach Dan Campbell is standing by at the podium now. Let's go to him.
Listen, proud of the guys. It was a heck of a win. I thought what we did really well was we played complementary football, and that's what good teams do. And you know, every game's going to be different, and this was one where really the offense ended up having the big hat, but ultimately defense started us out. It was a big stop to start the game, got it back in the offense's hands, and then situational football before halftime. I thought our defense did a great job, and then the end of the game, man, 2 huge stops. So it was great, man. Put points on the board offensively. A number of guys played really well, and I was proud of them.
You could speak to the performance of Jared. 18, almost 300. It was really almost perfect today, Dan.
Yeah, well, I just gave the game ball to somebody else, so I feel awful right now.
You have the safety, so.
Yeah. No, I knew he played a heck of a game. I did not realize he was perfect. I did not know he was literally 18 for 18. But I knew he played really well. You could feel it, and he really found his rhythm early. And I thought he was seeing the field. Played with rhythm. He had to move a little bit in the pocket. I thought what really kick-started him is he had to kind of move in the pocket, got spun around, and hung with Jamo and hit him on the hook for the first down. It was big, man, because he was rolling after that. But just a number of huge throws. Played with poise. Got us in the right play. It was a heck of a play down in the red zone on the catch. Good throw by Saint. Been working that. So I just thought it was excellent. And credit to Ben Johnson too. I thought he called a heck of a game. It was a good game plan, and really everybody on that offense, stepped up and found our rhythm today.
Who got the game ball?
I gave it to Jamo. And Kirby. There was a number of blocks in this game that Jamo really caught our eye, and then that catch he had was huge. I mean, it was one of the few snaps, if not the only, of cover zero we saw, and that was big. That was a big play.
How important was it for this offense to finally get uncorked and get going? And kind of been limited the first 3 games, but how important is it for you guys to rely on that part of the game?
Yeah, listen, it's good to see, and this is what we've all been. We knew this was coming offensively. Everybody did, and that's why you can't worry about this and that. You can't, start panicking. You can't. Well, you just work, and you clean everything up. And we talked about red zone, and we've the things that have been designed and the work that we put into it from the players, the coaches. That's what you do, and we worked, and it showed. So, we found our rhythm. Every week's going to be different. This was a little bit of a track meet, whereas, these first few games have been more of these low scoring. Our defense has been able to, you score 20 points, you're winning, and so every game's different. You find a way to win the one in front of you, and you don't worry about anything else other than the one in front of you. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. He is. I mean, I don't. It's just, I would never not block for that guy ever. Because the play is never over with him. It's just not. It is not over, and he'll keep any play alive. He's a strong runner. He can will himself to make things happen, and he's tough. He's relentless. He's resilient. He's everything you want in the back.
Did you get the sense that this could be a track meet? I know your defenses are playing well coming into this one, but it's been high scoring between you guys.
No, but look. I know this. If I know this, Gino has played really good against us. Like, he plays really good football in general, not just us, but. You allow him to get in a rhythm, and you keep the game within a certain amount, man, and he can get you, and he's sneaky that way. He understands. He reads coverages well. He can throw in the pocket. He's mobile enough to scramble. And he played a really good game. He played a really good game. So you don't know entirely what it's going to be like, but you're prepared for whatever that is. And so today it was one of those games.
We've known that Jared's pretty mentally tough, but even still, his stats do for him or any player really when, you know, there's a bar of expectation and you've been a little bit below it, to have a game like this to break out?
Yeah, well, you're going to feel good about a performance like this. But I don't want to speak for Jared, but I would be willing to bet somewhere in there he knew he was going to have a good game. He just did, because I felt like last week was his get back to balance, get back to center. You know, take what's there, be smart with the football, play fast, play efficient, and before maybe I'm trying to do more than I need to do. You know, I'm starting, you know. And so I felt like after last week, man, this is gonna be the week. Like, all right, now he finds that happy balance, and man, he really did. He came alive, but he didn't get frazzled by stuff like that. You know, he's no different than anybody else. He just goes to work, and you know, he hones in on the details. He puts the work in on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, and he's meticulous with the game plan, and he doesn't worry about anything else. You know, and he trusts that what he does in practice is going to show up in the games, and it happens that way for him.
Concerned about the penalties. 12 for over 100. A number of those in the back end there, they keep popping up.
Yeah, it's 12's a lot. You know, we had quite a few. You know, look, I'll have to watch the tape, but I can tell you just about every one of them that I saw. You know, like Carlton's battling, man. That's a good receiver he's on, and that guy's a physical receiver, and we needed to be physical, and Carlton was physical, and we played ball, man, and I'm not discouraged about that one bit. I'm just not. So there's things we got to clean up. We can't have this many, but the same token, we'll figure out what that is, and we'll keep working one-on-ones. We're going to keep working our craft. And no, we can't survive 12 penalties every game. But I know this: we needed to be physical, and we'll get ourselves through this, and we'll hone in on it. So.
Last two up front, Larry. Campbell's forced fumble on Metcalf, the force he had, how key that was.
It was big. You know, we talked about the run game. We talked about explosives, and then the turnover battle on offense and defense was going to be the key to this game. And so really we did that run battle and got the takeaway. It was huge. Got 2 takeaways. That was big. And then ultimately, you know, look, they had some explosives, but we had a ton on offense too. And so that was the story of the game. And, you know, and that's what won it. But Jack, that was a heck of a job by Jack. You know, we talked about getting the strips, the knockouts, and then CD picking it up and making something happen. That was a big point in the game.
Brian's sickness, was that residual from concussion?
No, I mean, he passed the protocol. He's been sick, and so we don't know what that is, and it's not worth it. You know, I don't know what it is. I know he's sick, so that's what it was.
Just big picture to have a bye, you know, it seems like it comes at a good time, even though it's early in the season.
Yeah, I think it was good. You know, you don't often feel that way at first when you see it. You'd rather have it end of October, November, but you know, we're banged up a little bit, and so, you know, we played pretty physical brand of football. We played some physical opponents these first 4 weeks, and so I do think it's coming at a good time. And look, it's good to get to 3. It's good to get to 3-1 with this bye. We rest up, we heal up, we get fresh again, and then we make a big push.
Thank you guys. Luck, Jared Goff, lock time's over. Thanks.
Being the starting quarterback for the Lions, moving out here to Detroit, what's the first thing you learned about car insurance?
Yeah, I learned it's a challenge, and I'm curious what brought you to Michigan.
We were a big part of the new reform laws that were passed in 2019, went into effect in 2021. So it gave us an opportunity to give affordable rates to people in Michigan that they've been starving for years.
Amazing. Anything else?
Yeah, go Lions.
Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well.
Detroit Lions Live is brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Log on to cure.com to see how you can save. Welcome back inside Ford Field. Quarterback Jared Goff was perfect tonight. Not even nearly perfect. He was perfect. 18 of 18 tonight. And that sets an NFL record for the most completions or most attempts without an incompletion.
Wow,
Okay?
I did not know that.
That's pretty impressive.
Okay, wow.
And the QB rating, the highest you can get is 158.3. You're not gonna like what I have to say about this. 158.3 is the highest. Jared finishes with 155.8. Explain that to me real quick, Lomas.
You know, I
Explain that one.
asked
18
Michael
of 18,
Brother.
2 TDs.
I asked Mike to explain it to me because I
Explain
thought it was perfect. I thought that was a perfect quarterback rating, but I guess we're missing something, Danny.
Someone tell us.
Something happened.
Jared Goff has only caught one reception in his entire career. 9 years of the NFL.
Right.
Goff has only caught one pass. Today, he caught his second pass, and it was a beautiful touchdown, and that's why he is our player of the game. This pass from Amon-Ra St. Brown, I just want to give him as much flowers as Jared Goff. Amon-Ra, 1-for-1 attempts today, and he gets it done to Jared Goff. But Jared Goff is our player of the game because of all those stats you see up there. They had to go without Frank Ragnow at center. He was down this week, and they're still able to put up some great numbers. Here's all the passes from Jared Goff. But what impressed you most about Goff in this Week 4 matchup?
You know what, to be honest with you, his mobility. It really was his mobility tonight. I mean, he was able to extend plays out. Of course, like you talked about, that beautiful touchdown catch that he had. I mean, Jared seemed like he did it all tonight, but the constant pressure that he was under, he was able to move around, buy time, keep his eyes downfield, and deliver the ball to the guys downfield. So I thought he did a great job of keeping himself alive. You know, somebody say he's not athletic, but he showed me some athletic ability tonight. So it was great catch, everything. I love what Jared did tonight.
Jared Goff said this past week in the locker room, every single week he is trying to pick up one play, whether it's for a first down or it's for a big gain. And I think he did that here tonight. He's living up to his goals he set for this season. Goff is standing by at the podium. Now let's hear from him.
Never. I don't think I've ever done it. I knew I did it in the first half last week, so I was aware of it then. And I was kind of aware of it today, about the middle of the third quarter. I was like, I couldn't think of one, but then I threw the one out of bounds that ended up being offensive pass interference. And I was like, does that count? I didn't know if that I didn't know if that counted or not. But yeah, it's a good day.
We just talked about that being in that kind of rhythm early on. It seemed like it started kind of right from the turnaround little play there in the pocket and the fire to Campbell, and then it was just everything was theirs. How fun is that when everything's clicking and guys?
Yeah, it's what we're supposed to be doing. Really, I mean, that defense has done a good job up to this point, and we were able to get after them. And I thought we had a good plan. I thought we executed it well. Just for me personally, just trying to make the right play every single snap, and we had a good day.
Have you ever caught a touchdown?
No, I think that's my first one too, ever. And I'm saying all the way back to 7 years old. I think that's my first one.
How long have you guys been working on that play?
A couple of years. That play's been in for a long time, and it's just never gotten. We've never gotten to the right situation for it to get called. And then I think we actually have called it in a game before. And then if it's not the right look, I get out of it. But that was the right look.
Hey, I don't know how your math is on the quarterback rating, but do you know how you didn't have a perfect quarterback rating?
Did I not? I don't know. Yeah, that system's weird, but whatever. Maybe if we would have not taken the safety and I hit the wide open guy that I was unable to hit, maybe that would have done it. But yeah, unfortunate.
How big was that play to Jameson?
Huge.
Scored. It's back and forth.
Yeah.
With one play and boom, it's kind of like that sucked a little bit out of him.
Yeah, he's something else. He's a one-play touchdown guy, and I know he strikes fear in every team we play, and they're going to see that, and it's going to strike even more fear. So he's a stud, and we're lucky to have him.
To me, do you have the most passes without an incompletion in NFL history?
Say that again.
Most passes without an incompletion in NFL history. What's that mean to you?
Awesome. Yeah, really cool. It's a cool thing to have, I guess, but I'm happy we got the win.
How about just the bye week timing too?
Yeah.
It seemed like a good time right now.
I almost wish we had a game tomorrow. Now, you wish we could just keep playing, but it's always good timing. It's always good to get some rest, get some of these guys back, give us a week off, and come back ready to go for Dallas.
You have a pretty iconic Monday night performance in your history in that Rams-Chiefs game. Does this one kind of rank up there with offensive performance?
Yeah, probably. Once I learned that it wasn't any incompletions, but it was just I was just trying to make the right play on every snap. It wasn't like we were throwing it way down the field, or I was just able to find the open guy. I had a few checkdowns that popped for some big gains, and I thought the O-line was really incredible today. They really were. They gave me the time back there to kind of have a few pocket scrambles where I'm just kind of moving around and finding the guy. It was good by them.
I know
level-headed person no matter the situation, but do you get a little bit more amped up on Monday nights?
Yes. Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night, America Game of the Week, all those, they're fun.
Did you, you know, the first 3 games, you know, offense was down, your stats were down. Did you ever have any sort of like what's going on moments and when is this going to get uncorked, get going, or were you pretty confident that it might have been this week?
I was confident it would happen. I was very confident it would happen. You don't know when it's going to happen or when it's going to kind of open up like it did tonight for us, but I thought that first half last week was indicative of who we are, and be able to draw on that for us this week was important. And we stumbled in that second half. We talked about it last week, but to be able to have a full game that felt like that's what you want.
David Campbell came in and talked a little.
Say what?
When Campbell came in and talked to us, he didn't know that you were 18 for 18.
Yeah.
And he said he felt kind of bad that he didn't give you a game ball.
Oh, that's okay.
Some way you can appeal for one retroactively?
We'll see. Yeah, maybe he'll make it up, but that's okay. I've got, you know, I'm just happy we got the win.
That David Montgomery run after the catch kind of set the
Pretty big, yeah.
fire. What did it do for the sideline in the huddle right
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, you find a better back than those two guys in the league right now. I can't name one. They're playing their tail off, and David in particular on that play, being able to check it down to him, and he gets, I think it was like a 30 or 40 yard gain or something like that. It's pretty special.
What does the, you know, the hook and ladder last week, the Philly special today?
The what?
The Philly special, the touchdown catch that you
we called it Alcatraz.
Alcatraz, okay. It's fun to watch for everybody, but what does it do for you guys on offense? How much of a difference does it make as far as charging you up, doing something?
Yeah, it's always, you know, we have these plays in the game plan a lot, and they don't always just come up. You know, it has to be the right scenario for them, and you know, the hook and ladder was the perfect scenario for it, and so was the Alcatraz tonight. And when they get called, you get a little, you know, excited in the huddle, but you know, you got to get the right look for it, and we did. So yeah, it's fun.
Is there any special reason it's called Alcatraz?
You know, I don't know. Ben called it. It's been called Alcatraz for 2 or 3 years now, and I guess I've never asked him why. There probably is a reason. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there probably is a reason. I probably should know it. I just don't know.
Thank you, guys.
All right, go Tigers.
Saint, great game. Is that the best catch you've ever made?
Actually, there was one better.
When? The Chicago game?
Minnesota?
No, getting Cure Auto Insurance.
Are you for real?
Seriously, when I got here in Michigan, car insurance was the worst. But saving up to 40% by switching to Cure was my best catch.
Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well.
Detroit Lions Live is brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Log on to cure.com to see how you can save. Well, now we know what that third quarter touchdown score from Amon-Ra St. Brown to Jared Goff is called, and it's Alcatraz, and that is, of course, our play of the game here tonight. Let's break it down, Lomas. This is a great one. After a David Montgomery 40-yard gain, here's what they do.
I just love the trickeration. Did you see the hand fake, the handoff from Jared? Watch how he just sneaks out of there. Just
He's not even running full speed.
I know, just unassuming, just leaks out in the outfield. And look at that, Danny. Did you see him high step? Did you see him high step in the end zone? They say he's not an athlete. He's not athletic. I think he showed me some athletic ability just then.
I think we need to stop saying Jared Goff's not athletic because he's proving that he is.
Yes, he is.
That was the first receiving touchdown of the game, but it's Jared Goff, so do we technically count it? Because I'm going to say this, because then Jameson Williams goes off and he scores that 70-yard touchdown, and he follows it up with the Megatron Selly, throwing it through the goalpost. Did that look a little familiar?
It did. It really did. I think Megatron might have got up a little higher, and he might have stuck the landing, but it was great, man. I'm telling you, man. Get this guy in space. Just get him in space and let him do what he does, man. He's so exciting when he gets that ball in his hands.
I love it. And J-Mo was joined post-game by Anthony Bellino. His giggle is infectious, and I think he had a lot here in this post-game interview. Let's take a listen.
J-Mo, first and foremost, great game, but secondly, on the big touchdown reception that you had, when did you decide that you were going to start high-stepping?
Probably, I don't know, probably 30 yards out.
30 yards out. So then you get into the end zone, and then we have 81 here. Calvin Johnson, right? His day into the pride of the Lions. You slam dunk it over the goalpost. Was that intentional as a tribute to 81, or you were just feeling it in the moment?
Yeah, that was for him. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Man, I love it. What did you think about playing in the the alternate uniforms?
I think these probably the best uniforms I've seen in the NFL so far, and it was just exciting just seeing my brothers out here and making plays and looking good. Deion say look good, feel good, play good, man.
This crowd tonight, Monday Night Football, man. Your thoughts on just the atmosphere in this place?
It was rocking. They had it on Smash. You seen the meet up third. They had it on Smash all night. Big shout out to the fans, man. They helped us on defense. They helped us on offense. They helped us the whole game. Shout out to y'all. Y'all helped us get this W.
Fans, make some noise for number 9, Jameson Williams. J-Mo, thank you, my friend.
And Jameson Williams has never caught a touchdown for less than 30 yards coming into this week. And he's just going to keep it going. Defensively, Detroit, like we said, was gashed. 3 players going to the IR this past week on every single level. You know who kept showing up, though? Safety Kirby Joseph. Yes. Back-to-back weeks with INTs. He is sticky. He is all over the ball when it's near him. And he keeps coming up with these really productive games, Lomas.
He really does. I mean, he is what they call a ball hawk. He is a ball hawk. I mean, to me, he plays, I say, center field at the safety position. He plays just as well as anybody in this league. He goes up, he high points the ball. I mean, and he brings it down. And, they try to talk about defensive backs. They say the reason why they playing DB is because they can't catch. So I think Kirby might be proving us a little wrong there, Danny. I think so.
That is Kirby's 3rd interception of the season. He's chasing his single career high of 4 INTs, which he's been able to back up for the last few seasons. Along that defensive front, DJ Reader gets his first sack as a Detroit Lion. We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for the Aleem McNeil, DJ Reader duo to show up, and we're getting a really good glimpse of it right now.
We really are. I mean, again, great job by Aiden Hutchinson providing pressure from the outside, making Geno Smith step up. When Geno had to step up, guess who was in the middle waiting on him? Either Aleem or, like you say, DJ Reader. So it is so great that those guys are playing good. And, Danny, you could kind of see the chemistry starting to come together with that defensive line. We were worried who was going to be the opposite end, opposite Aiden Hutchinson. But right now, with the way they're playing, especially our interior D linemen, I mean, hey, we might not need nobody over on that end. We might be all right, Danny.
Linebackers had to show off their depth today, but one of the stars in that unit is Jack Campbell. I'll tell you, if he's running towards you, get out of the way. He forced that fumble at the end of the first quarter that these Detroit Lions were able to capitalize about 2 seconds into the second quarter when they were able to punch in a touchdown from Jahmyr Gibbs. Jack Campbell, that hit on that forced fumble, it was electric. What did you see from Campbell all over the field today?
He was filling the gaps. I mean, and I think Aaron Glenn, coming into here, his game plan was to have his linebackers playing downhill. Alex Anzalone, Jack Campbell, Rodrigo, all the guys, they were playing downhill. And believe me, that helps out the defensive linemen when you got linebackers that can fill those gaps. So great job by our defensive front 7, D-line linebackers.
All right, there you go. Final 42-29 here inside Ford Field. Let's take a look at some of the other scores from around this league this past week. Detroit, one of the last teams to finish up week 4 and get into the stats columns. But I want to focus on the NFC North. But you take a look at some of the plays here today. Tampa Bay, that's a lot of points on that board, along with Washington putting up 42-14 on the Cardinals, who Detroit just beat last week. Maybe they're broken now. Maybe the Lions broke the Cardinals.
I hope so.
I mean,
I hope so, Dan.
Check it out. Baltimore over the Bills. That was a good one. What, Sunday Night Football, 35-10 in that one. San Fran putting up 30 on New England. Raiders getting a win over the Browns. I know they needed that. And then let's take a look at some big NFC North matchups. Hold on. Don't go to that first one yet. We'll get to that. Bears 24-18 over the Rams. I did not see that one coming. I'll tell you this.
Danny.
Here's an NFC North battle, 31-29 the final between Minnesota and Green Bay. Can't believe it.
Minnesota came back and beat those guys like that.
And they're a little damaged too right now. And then take a look. Dallas barely squeezes by those New York Giants 20-15. Reminder, Detroit has a bye week this weekend.
Thank you.
Very early on here in week 5. But then they will go on the road to face those Dallas Cowboys that still have Detroit's number. Head coach Dan Campbell looking for his first dub against his former team.
Well, look like we're doing all right. Coach was looking for his first win against Seattle tonight. We got that. We could check that off the list, Danny. Let's go to Irving or wherever they are now.
Arlington?
Let's go check Arlington. Thank you.
I think.
Let's go check that off the list because that has been a house of horrors for the Lions in recent years, and they've been getting help. Those guys in the stripes been helping them. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think you can get fined. Okay. I'm not going to fine you. But Dallas, you still hear the Dan Skipper noise, chants when he comes, and that all stemmed from that Dallas Cowboys game.
Right.
So there's going to be a little bit of drama when these Detroit Lions go back to the Dallas Cowboys. But 42 points are up on that scoreboard here tonight from Monday Night Football in the Motor City, and that is what matters the most. Lomas, your final takeaway from this pretty big Week 4 dub over the Seahawks.
Final takeaway, guys, get some rest. Get healed up. You know, hopefully some of the guys that we have hurt, we could get them back, get them ready for the Dallas game. Great way to end and go into the bye week. Great victory. Got the monkey off the back, beating Seattle out here. So, again, things are looking ahead for the Detroit Lions. I know it's a lot of things they want to clean up, Danny, the penalties, some other things that they want to clean up. But, hey, a dub is a dub. So we're happy to get it, and I know Coach Campbell is too.
I agree with you. For Lomas Brown, I'm Dannie Rogers. Thanks so much for tuning in to Detroit Lions post-game show. I mean, if you guys were in the stands for this game, if you got up for 1 second, you were probably missing Detroit Lions touchdown. That is a very good sign for this Lions offense that's getting back on track and in the explosives category. Thanks so much for tuning in all night long. 42-29 the final. We'll take a weekend off, and then we will see you guys in Dallas for the Week 6 matchup.